Alt 92.3.
So I just want to thank you, Dan, so much, because as I mentioned when I was introducing Dan in this very special performance, it was special because this is the first time you performed solo.
Yeah, I know. It's very strange. Hence...
Which deserves a little bit more love from our gathered crowd. Thank you so much.
Also, like, nothing to be taken from the fact that I'm playing by myself, by the way. It's not like, I'm leaving the band.
No. So then, honestly, how does it feel? Because we just were part of something very special for you as an artist. So how does it feel?
I mean, I have the ability to turn anything into a negative situation. So I've obviously been dreading it. But no, it was really great. That's the first time, I think, this is the first time we've ever played midnight in public. So like, yeah, it was cool. And it forced me to do a bit of practice.
You know,
Not enough.
I just had a conversation yesterday about how growth is what happens when you step outside your comfort zone, right?
There you go.
So here we are. We're all growing.
Well, no,
together.
it was fun, but I guess part of being in a band is, I guess, relying on each other probably more than you imagine. And so terrifying. But thank you. No, even though I sound like I didn't, I really enjoyed it. So thank you for having me. Thank you all for coming as well.
So as you mentioned, did that really happen? You really heard midnight on the radio? Because that sounds too cinematic to be true. That really happened?
It was ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you're a noted cinephile, so if you made that up because it sounded good, I would understand.
I also like I said, rarely paint things in a positive way. So when I'm having a good moment and it's real, it freaks me out and I acknowledge it. But yeah, no. So it was premiering on a British radio station, and we'd pre-recorded the interview, and so I just like put it on, and the timing was just ridiculous. Yeah, it felt really unreal. So.
Was there a particular late night moment that inspired midnight?
I mean, not one in particular. Unfortunately, there were quite a lot. But I'm that guy who wants the night to keep going, which is like some people's worst nightmare. Like a lot of people that know me really well, they ghost without it's not even a question in their mind that they're going to ghost me. And there've been anecdotes of people like actively hiding from me, like, oh, he's gone to the toilet, run. That's where it comes from.
The fact that you're just like one more. You're just one more story, one more round.
Yeah, having done this album, which is about the kind of nighttime, it's just going to lead to me telling awful stories about myself, isn't it? It's just we're on the precipice of me just.
You're in charge of your stories. We're just here to listen to them.
Yeah.
So you set up some phone numbers in anticipation of midnight coming out. Did anybody here call the numbers? Okay, so Dan, did I see there were these special phone numbers where people could call, and at first you could leave a message and hear a little snippet of the song, right?
Yeah.
Did I see you actually were calling some Bastille fans back?
Well, no, I've been picking it up. Which is, yeah.
That is what my face would look like if he picked up when I called.
Yeah, so yesterday and today I've been, but pretty much since the song came out, at any sort of spare moment, I've been just, Bo, our manager, has been in charge of the phone, and like when he's like, do you want to take another call now? Switch it on. And I'm constantly in my head being like, there'll be nobody there. But I've spoken to loads of people. I spoke to someone in like Australia and in the Netherlands and people in the UK, loads of people all over the US. This one guy in Boston who was like just not believing it was me for a while. I was like
that's not even a real accent.
Yeah. But then, did you hear that I heard this thing, I saw a thing on the internet the other day of like, I think it's Google or someone who's done this phone service thing now. Did you see it? Yeah. It is creepy, but now I'm thinking we should have got on with that. Next time.
No, see, what I thought was really special about that is, I mean, in 2018, how many of us pick up our phones to talk to people anymore, right? We text or, we send some ill-advised Snapchat or Instagram message, but this feels like a really special way to connect. So what is it about that way of connecting with people that appealed to you?
Well, I don't know. I always feel kind of strange about the like barrier that exists, both physically on stage between a band and the crowd. And in that setting, it's fine because I can just like jump into the crowd and run around and stuff.
I've seen it happen. You've seen it happen too. I know you have.
But it's just one of those things where like, I don't know. I guess I don't really know how I feel about it, but I block out a lot of like the reality of the fact that lots of people that I don't know like stuff that I made and songs I made on my laptop. Like that's kind of incomprehensible. So I don't really think about it. And I think this is a really nice way of like normalizing that and just chatting to people. And it's been really nice insight. Like obviously I meet our fans quite a lot, you know, at the end of gigs and stuff, but it's been really nice.
Well, and getting to speak to a fair amount of Bastille fans over the last few days, there's definitely a connection that exists all the way around and between the fans as well, which I think is kind of a testament to that community that you're creating, which, no, you guys laugh, but like that's one of the special things about music is the way that it brings us together by sharing those things that we love.
Well, someone was just saying to me on one of the calls that I did earlier, that she was like, oh, I met loads of my friends through like your gigs and stuff like that, which is just, I guess, as some guy from London who made songs in my bedroom, not something that ever crossed my mind. And so it's like amazing, like it totally blows my stupid little mind like to pieces, and it's and it is amazing, and just like I said, it's not something I would have thought of as fallout from this stuff that we made.
Boy, it's a good thing you're not self-deprecating at all. One of the things I really appreciate about you actually is the way that you share the things that you love with other people through your music. So whether it's like the Twin Peaks theme, you know, before a show, or posting all those videos from the Arctic Monkeys show here in Brooklyn last night, you know, you're not afraid to share those things that you love. So how important is it to you to continue to be a fan of art while you're making your art?
It's the most important thing. I think on our first album, there's a lot of kind of references to, you know, to pop culture and to mythology and to history and stuff. And I think that came from looking to tell stories via other people's stories and deflecting from myself. Like it was a nice way in interviews to talk about the things that I love, because I can geek out on Twin Peaks for hours and hours and hours and films and other music that I love. But I'd much rather talk about that than like our process or my life, or like, you know, because it's just way more interesting to me. And I guess I wouldn't want to change it. And so like as we've progressed, drop more and more references into our music, and when it comes to like social media stuff, like my relationship with that stuff has only ever been via the band. So you know, rather than like boringly oversharing any stuff, I'd rather talk about other music, and other people's music is like a huge part of my life. Like I like when we're home, I'm in the studio all day, and then I go to gigs, I go to shows as much as I can, and festivals, and that's the best thing about being in a band in the summer is you go to festivals, you play your show. Once that's out of the way, you can go and see like everyone else for free. Pretty great.
Right. What a perk.
Yeah, it is amazing. So, and you know, like I went to Florence a couple of nights ago. She played a show in London, which was insane, and then came to New York and went to see the Arctic Monkeys, and then tomorrow night we're in Chicago and I'm going to see Haim, which is exciting. Yeah, man. So I don't know. I'd rather talk about those things because and share it. And I know it's probably not that exciting for other people to see some guy geeking out and fanboying over other people's music, but
I think geeks are the most interesting people because, you know, we have things we're passionate about. We're not afraid to share them and put yourself out there. I mean, that's what keeps us human, and not some Google robot that's making your calls for you, right? So,
I think very early on I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to fool anybody, let alone myself, that I'm remotely cool. So I'm just going to like
lean into it.
Just going to fully lean into the geekery.
All right. Well, I do have just a few questions for you that may or may not be about you from some of the fans who are here. So where is... Ooh, Rebecca's from Albany. How did you Oh, hi. Okay, fair enough. Where do you go to school? Okay, FIT. All right. She wants to know, what's your favorite New York venue to perform at and or see a show at?
Ooh. That is really tough. I mean, I think the shows that we did at Radio City were just really special for us, and so I'm gonna say that because I mean it's not the like most exciting or cool, but it's such a beautiful room, and we had to meet the fire department. Apparently.
Is this part of the protocol?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like, "You've got to meet the fire department." And I was like, "Okay."
Did they let you wear the hats or
No,
gear?
they weren't. That's the thing. They weren't in their gear. I was such a letdown. Anyway, no, there wasn't a truck in sight or a hat. They were just a bunch of guys. But yeah, I mean, we played 2 nights there a few years ago, and it was really beautiful. We also the same day we did an acoustic session at the top of the Empire State Building, which was pretty nuts for a venue, if we can call it that. But yeah. So I don't know. What's your favorite venue? What's your favorite venue in New York?
That seems like such a Dan thing to do, to say, I don't want to talk about me anymore. Who wants to talk about them? Well, see, I just started at Alt 92.3 on Monday, so this, the alt923radio.com theater, this is now my favorite.
You're so on brand. Well done.
I'm a professional. All right, so I have one more question for you. Can you, one more?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Wait.
Okay. So, again, Dan is a noted cinephile. What movie role would you have liked to have portrayed? That question is from Christina from Queens. Hi.
Hey.
I feel like there's probably loads of potential answers. So remember, there are no wrong answers. There's just honest answers.
I don't know if you've seen any of our music videos, but I'm not the best actor. I have no control over my face, and I can't run and I can't walk in a straight line. So I'd probably have to play a corpse or something, I think.
Any particular corpse you're thinking of? I mean, like not Weekend at Bernie's, nothing like that, right?
I don't know. That's a good question. In a scene with a lot of dead people, so I'm just one of a lot. Just in there, I'd go like under some people at the back.
Okay. How about like Game of Thrones season finale cameo? You can be one of the many characters they're gonna kill. Perfect.
That's a real thing.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
that happened.
Yeah. It was a pretty exciting day. Again, don't let some geeks onto the film set. What are you doing?
The film set's probably nothing but geeks.
Yeah,
they're good people.
True. No. I mean, they are amazing, but they shouldn't have let us in. The number of times I got shouted at for taking photos is kind of. I'm surprised I didn't get kicked out.
I would have been the same way. So, okay, one more question because you alluded to it, and I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'm not going to ask for any specifics, but you did say something about working on an album. I mean, there is going to be another album.
Oh yeah, it was finished.
Okay, we can applaud for that, I think. I mean, I don't want to make any official announcements, but so you're done?
Yeah, the album's done. Just there's a few tracks being mixed. By a few, I mean a good half of the album. But yeah, no, it's finished. We've actually finished like a month or so ago. Before we just did a tour in the UK, in the UK and Europe, with an orchestra and a choir, which was really fun.
The reorchestrated tour, I've heard about it.
Yeah, that's the one. And so we finished it. We aimed to have it done before then, so it's finished. It's like one more backing vocal that I need to do, and then it's done.
Maybe like just one other track. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. No, our last album was like 19 tracks long, so I very much with this one was like, this needs to be concise. Mainly so we can finish it and move on to the next thing. But yeah, there should be a lot of music this year. We've got this album and another song, someone else, and then hopefully a mixtape. And we recorded the show at Royal Albert Hall and filmed it, so that hopefully will be coming out at some point. So yeah, we've got this like sitting on this big old pile of stuff, just trying to work out how to get it out in time. You enjoying me talking about all this hypothetical? There's 2 managers in the room who are both probably like, it's cool, there's so many lights I can't see your face. You're like, Ixnay on the release day.
Well, as we mentioned at the very beginning, this was a special performance for you. It was a special performance for us. We want to thank you so much for choosing New York, choosing Alt 92.3 to be part of your first solo performance. It means a lot to us.
Well, thanks for having me, and And good luck. First week of the job.
You know, it's been all right so far. It's actually been pretty good.
Yeah. No.
So Dan from Bastille.
Thank you.